Yes, sir.
You will accept more of yourself today. Welcome, everyone. I'm here with Yarna, and we're going to give you something that's going to really help you accept more of yourself today. And I'm saying that because that is a process we each move through, and we do it every day if we truly want to accept who we are, because we have this unlimited potential that only shows up when we decide to embrace it. But that can also be a little challenging for us because we're these unique, different beings. And so we're going to do things in a different way. And when we don't own ourselves, nothing happens. And so we had a really wonderful time, and we're coming up with a wonderful idea that we're going to take forward. But Yarna's going to tell you what we just did, and then we're going to show you some of it.
Yeah, welcome. And synchronicities and the things that keep repeating,
Mhm,
but also the things that déjà vu,
mhm,
or you think about a person and this person calls you.
mhm,
Like, and there is no such thing than an accident.
mhm,
And what we experienced is that like we went to dates, first my birthday, then specific years in this birthday, and it related to, as an example, in a moment last year, I was at a point where I released lots of judgment and learned or trusted, right? I trusted faith,
mhm,
and faith is a feeling, not real concept
mhm.
that we logically describe, but uh, that is, yeah, transmitted as well
So
through us.
I love that. Okay, we're going to start with the synchronicity because that's what I want everyone to understand. And what I know is that every single person who was born into the world with this wonderful life path that they're supposed to live, and their birthday will give them some of that information. This is something that came through that I am accepting now. I was on Coast to Coast AM last night with George Nuri, so I'll leave a link to that. I hope people can watch that. I started to speak about a bit of this. When we come into the world, we have no clues of who we're going to become, but we have unlimited potential because it's always in our consciousness. But that is always still expanding because it's out in front of us. It's in the unknown of who we are. So, um, let me start with this. I'm going to start with the message for today. And I'll just read a bit of it. I'm not going to even share the screen. You can go and find it on the site, anyadvicefortoday.com, and you can read it there. But I'm just going to give you the first part of it. It says, you will,
Yeah, because the messages, before you do that, the
uh,
messages, like when we allow, then, like these messages are divine and have the power to alter your perceptional reality. So you can overcome anything. So take any information inside and see what you can do with it. That's it. Yeah.
okay, so let me read a little bit of this. You will accept more of yourself today. We have you have a a tremendous opportunity to take another giant leap in your evolutionary journey and planetary ascension. Whatever you are experiencing in your life today or witnessing in your world is for your highest good. The message we provided last year will resonate today. So it goes back to 2023. This message will not be lost on you. We provided it 3 years ago, but your awareness has grown, and what you have witnessed in your life and world would have you receive it now. And then it goes on and it says, if you were to do your job, the world would evolve. I'm not going to read all of that because I'd like for everybody to read it. Because what that is saying, every single person born has something within them that if they decide to develop it, own it, and take that journey of self-discovery, they are going to evolve and then helps the world. No one person is doing it. But because we come in with different skills, different talents, different things we're meant to develop, we can resist that at times. And I resisted all of it, so I do understand and because none of this made sense. There is a video out yesterday that I put in this message I received on February. It's up there from February 19th of 2024. And it says, accepting this message will change your life and the world. I thought that doesn't make any sense. Why would that happen? And then I look at it and logically it says yes, because it's a change in consciousness. And if each person did that, they would live this really great life. They'd be happy. They'd be in love with themselves. And then that would be what the world we would see. But see, we have also another thing, cognitive dissonance. And I just put up a little 5 minute video, share that because when we understand that we can be presented with information and if it doesn't match what we already know, we can't accept it. So when I tell people I downloaded a complete philosophy over 35 years, that doesn't seem possible. And that it healed my life from all these crazy things, that message talks about it because it says, remembering that when I was younger, I was raised as a Christian Scientist, which I didn't understand at the time, but it was about using your mind to heal anything. That's the life that I came into. But telling others that was also challenging until you experience it. So, and then Yarna, okay, what was the message? Which one was it? What year?
You mean my birthday or the
No, no, no.
second
Which year was the
February?
one that you were really you okay, to explain this, okay, what I've discovered is that all this information that I've channeled, it is related to every single person's timeline, let's say, or their birthday. And that is something again that seems really kind of difficult to believe, but it happened. And so you asked for one year that you had a difficulty. What was it again? The major one?
Um, I had to make a difficult decision,
Hmm.
but I made it. It was very clear that I had to make it.
Hmm.
So, in other terms, it was simple,
Hmm.
but that's just who I am. I learned to take risks early and deal with the consequences as well of my choices. 2nd of February last year, when I moved to Bali.
Oh, that was okay. Let
And
me
then
find
you
that.
came to another in September. I don't
Right.
know which one it was.
Yeah, I know that happens. There's a connection that I have to, and they'll lead me to different years, different dates, but it's always connected in terms of, um, yeah, it was 20. Oh, that's right. It was on the site. I found it. Um, yeah, and that was February 27th, 2023. And this is for everyone, actually. Uh, I'm just going to read it because everyone will get something out of it. And it is on the website. Any advice for today? Okay, self love was more important than you knew. Many of you have had difficulty understanding that term, but we use it to mean a lack of self judgment. That process you continue throughout your life is a continual expansion of your consciousness or awareness, which is the enlightenment you all seek. It is even more vital that you accept this concept now, for it will change both your life and your world as you accomplish both energetically. You move through phases in your life and that of your world that is more critical to forming your world. And the current restructuring calls for more of you to accept with love a message we provided at another pivotal time in 2009. Hopefully, you will accept it more today. September 12th, 2009. The only voice you ever desire to hear is the one voice that only speaks of limitless possibilities and potential. Any other voice that you hear can only be based in fear. It was your intention in this lifetime to only progress, evolve, and expand. And this is not possible when you listen to anything other than the one voice. The other voices continually cloud your perception and take many different forms. They sound like caution, being careful, thoughts of others' opinions, and possible failure or loss. All are based on the past and therefore have their origin in fear. You may only hear the one voice when you deliberately take the time to listen to it, for it always exists. Now you also understand more deeply the benefits of meditation, allowing yourself to listen. And that's so fascinating because I don't remember any of that or how that transition happened. And that is the life path that we all have. It can go in different places. But that is what is happening in our world right now for all of us. How did that feel when you heard all of that?
Yeah, it was so confirming, and yeah, I had clarity, um, confirmation why I did what I did. And uh, you know,
That's it, confirmation. Yeah.
looking in the past and then having like a
Hmm.
checking it up, this is growth.
Hmm.
This when you learn out of the past and create something new in the now,
Hmm.
like because you can move forward in time and yeah,
Okay.
also out of time.
So what we've come up with, is that we're going to do something where we can work with more people with this aspect because this is something that came about that what it's been so powerful for everyone that I've met with. And so I mean, the same thing happens in the work in the program. But what I'm doing now is if people can look at the website. You haven't seen it yet. It's being revamped and it says um, achieve permanent success. That's what it is, because that's what we're going for. See, permanent success means that you come to understand your life purpose, and then you start developing the skills that you can always navigate it, which is self actualization and self empowerment. And then you live this great life and you contribute to the world. So that's why we're changing, because I know that that is what happens. So, and everything was prearranged, let's say. We all have a plan. And yesterday on the call, someone asked me who was going to win the election in the US. I said, I can't tell you that because it's about energy. Everything is about energy, so it depends on what we will do. But I said, Wilhelm has already told us. And if you go to the website and check every message from last year, 2023, from today through the election, you'll see the how it'll turn out. Because it depends on what each person decides to do. If you're going to decide to love yourself, then it's going to turn out great. That's what happens. Nobody is making that for us. But then on the 19th, I'm going back
That's
to Gaia.
simple. It's that simple.
Yes. But it's not because we have memories. We have um, generational memories and trauma that sometimes we're not willing to let go of. And so we have to become
Okay,
willing
how
to
are we
use
doing
that
this?
in our
This
consciousness,
is this
awareness.
is, everyone who listens. There is a place where there's total silence, and every one of us has access to that silence. And from there you see, you can function in time a little differently. That might sound woo-woo for the one or
Which
other,
is good.
but it's kind of fact because I experience it. And I know Roger and many others do too. Um,
I'll give them the gift.
there's a new community forming, and more and more people are interested in their spiritual
Mhm,
growth, right? And just, as you say, experience permanent success.
mhm,
And it's really something like a state of being that you know, when you read between the lines,
mhm.
um, that you can really move forward in life in a way where you learn to skillfully walk through it, so you suffer less and less and less and less.
Which is what I'm going to give them today. I'm going to tell everybody who's listening, you have a divine plan. I've said this before, but I know that everyone has it. We just don't always know how to find it. I was given a path for people to find it. And the first, and this is, I resisted myself as well. We all do. But when you come up with something that you know can help someone else, you got to talk about it and give it to them or give it to society as a whole. My first message that I received was on February 19th of 1989, the first one that I wrote from Wilhelm, and every single day since. So I had 35 years of a volume of this information, and it's all mindset, self-actualization, and ascension. That's what it is. And this one message, it's called Accepting This Message Will Change Your Life and the World, because I started to see, wait a minute, if every person knew who they were and could live this great life and move through all their trauma and all their generational stuff, wouldn't they pass that on to others? Wouldn't that lead to a greater, better world? And so when people read this, I'll put that in, you will understand that, and that is the information that I'm going to be channeling on the 19th in Gaia, which is going, across the world.
Yeah, going viral. You
Mhm,
have the ability to really understand pattern
mhm.
and why things happen the way they happened, and the alignment of things. When you really learn the pattern, you learn to study the pattern of your life, right? Of the messages life gives you, of the messages your body gives you, your emotional self, your right as well. Like you have to be in tune with yourself and practice meditation. Reiki is beautiful, breath work. Like there's so many yoga exercise, walking outside in nature. Like there's so many things that you can do for yourself. Um, yeah, it's really to take the next step.
And that's what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is and everyone will see this. The next step for me is that I'm finishing all of this work, and as people look at the site, they will see that. And then when I go to Gaia on the 19th, I'm going to give them all of that information as well, because we can change anything. We can change our lives and we can change our world if we decide that we want to move to that higher state of understanding of who we are. Now, the only problem we will have is our judgment. We will have judgment of ourselves or of others. And when we can move through that, we heal. And that's the work that I had to do.
Because you come with discernment.
Hmm.
Your entire philosophy is based on discernment.
Hmm.
It's a principle that if you take this instead of the judge, but the discern,
Yeah.
like like this is a very important part of your existence, right? You start seeing and have like the sense of knowing and comfort.
And we can have that. And that's what we're going to do. And so
Mm,
um,
we have that.
I
Yeah.
was going to do a video about this is a new philosophy, because I know people couldn't understand what we were talking about, what this work is. And what I was given is a new philosophy of the new world, meaning that we have to move beyond all of our biases. We have to move beyond all of our separation that's been within each of us. And so if we do that, We live these great lives and then we pass that on. And so it had to be, there are certain things that we've learned over time as terms of human behavior, how things work. We know it's our consciousness, but we've just developed ways of changing that. I was given a new one because it doesn't have anything to do with religion. It doesn't have anything to do with gender, with race, with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with that. It is only about every soul has a purpose and worth and meaning. And if they develop it, we have a great world. This work will have them do it.
You know, I can tell that's true because I see it in my life.
Mm.
And it was always there. You know, we come to a point where we gotta accept and just allow it to be and
Uh,
come to us and even move us to, yeah, fulfillment. Yeah, it's
and
like moving us to fulfillment.
yes,
Yeah.
and that will be the full moon coming up. I didn't tell people that that's going to be on the 17th. And so we'll do something for that. We'll put out an announcement for that. It'll be a perfect opportunity for just what you said to start to take that next leap.
We got to.
Great.
And yeah, like when you learn to be of service and
Mhm.
talk about things, invest about things that help you and others, um, it's very, yeah, it's such a beautiful experience. It's everyday wonder and relationships and people that you meet and the stories that you share. Like it's a very, it's a very.
The
I
thing,
just started having an alarm on 22:55. That's the time I was born.
oh,
I hear that's a good time to go in.
what I'll do is leave this. I'm going to leave this document, this little thing in the description. I want everyone to have it and just read it. You'll see how it changes your mind, and you can see it goes over many years. But that is all the work. Every single person has that gift, but it takes time, linear time that we move through to accept who we are because we've got to move through all of our old generational stuff as well. But you can do it, and I am the perfect example. And so at this age, I wish I had had it earlier, but now everybody can have it now. That's what happens.
Everyone can have it now,
Yes,
really.
that's exactly it.
Hang out with us if you feel it in your heart, and you know, we look that we support you as much as we can, and it's it's always good to be supportive and see how we can create a world that is suitable for all of us.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Thank you, sir. I'll leave that link in the check the description. It'll be there for everyone. So see you soon.